We're here talking to Frank Parrino. Frank,
Nice to meet you.
good to meet you.
Good to
It
meet
really
you.
is. I've been hearing a little bit about you, but I don't know a lot about your background. But I do know it's in real estate.
Correct.
Tell me about that.
Pretty much real estate, 14 years, second mortgages, first mortgages, refinancing. That's pretty much what I've done
So you were doing really well for a while there.
for about 14 years, yeah.
And then,
Abruptly stopped.
really, and what did that do to your lifestyle?
It changed everything, and we went through a lot of hard times. That was back in September of '07, and I didn't know what I was going to do. And a friend of mine came to me with this product that actually we were so down on our luck, I thought it was some wine. I was ready to take a drink, and I ended up enjoying the product. Went to a meeting that I had no idea what it was about, but I went and it just sparked something. And it was an MLM network marketing deal, but I was never open to it before. I never thought I could do it, and I just was closed-minded.
Had you been approached by anyone else before to get involved in any kind of MLM operation?
Many times, and I always just ran from the phone call and avoided those calls. Or
Why? Why was that? What was it about?
I was just taught to go to school and get a job, get an education, and retire with a little bit of Social Security and hopefully a retirement, and that's just the way I was brought up.
So I guess it was kind of out of desperation then, was it that you got involved?
Absolutely.
Okay, so then how did you go with that? What happened with that?
When you're desperate and your back's up against the wall. I had just gotten married, 2 children.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah,
Wow.
my wife was sick with an illness, and I had no options but to make this work. So I went home, pondered it for a couple of days, and said, you know what, I got to do something, because real estate is not the answer right now.
Right.
And if I went and got a job, believe it or not, 100 grand wouldn't have paid my bills.
Oh my God.
So I had to do something, and I went out there and I worked extremely hard, made some mistakes, but I was enthusiastic and I was open-minded, and I read a lot of books. And I looked at all the mentors and leaders and just followed what they taught me to the T. And I became extremely successful in the first company that I did. I rose to the top 300 out of 2 million distributors.
Wow.
So that was pretty exciting stuff. I don't say it bragging, but I worked real hard to get there.
It's no brag, just fact.
It was
that's just
fun.
the way it is.
It was fun.
Now, when you first got involved, how did your wife feel about it?
She hated it. I came home and told her what I was going to do, and she thought I was the biggest idiot in the world.
Is that?
And in fact, she was sick. She wouldn't even try the product. It was, majority of the products out there in MLM network marketing tailor around health and wellness. It's
Right.
kind of the hot ticket right now, and she wanted no part of it. So we fought a lot for about the first month.
How long did it take before you really started seeing an income start to develop?
First week.
First week?
First week, I went out there and I made, like $700 my first week. And I said, look at this, sweetie. And her eyes kind of lit up, and
Really?
things changed. In the first month, I did very well.
Right.
And at that point, I had her support 100%.
And then how long were you involved with that company for?
It's about 1.5 years.
Wow.
And things got a little saturated, and you're always looking for something else and making sure that you're ahead of the curve.
Right.
In any network marketing, what I've learned is if you're ahead of the curve, if you're before the wave, that's where the money's made. You can make money in momentum, but if you're before momentum, that's where the real big bucks are made.
So you keep your ears open and just try and find a product that is got something going for it.
Try to find product. There's a lot of pillars to success that a company needs. They need finances, they need leadership, they need experience, and so you want to make sure you do your due diligence and make sure that you're with the right company, which can be difficult. But I've recently come on to a new company that has all of those pillars of success. So we're extremely lucky to be a part of that company.
And
Pre-launch.
This is a company that basically just launched 2 days ago.
Exactly,
and
so had over 220 people on the very first 3 hours of launch.
Wow.
Added to our business.
Wow.
Pretty exciting.
Yeah, I can imagine. Now let me just go back for a moment. Then you were also saying that you make mistakes, but give me some of the keys, more that to your success in that other business, and that you will be applying to this one.
One thing is to surround yourself with positive people.
Right.
We've all been at work before, and you
Right.
go to the water cooler, and everybody's negative and complaining, and they're just stuck in that rut. You avoid that, and you surround yourself with positive people, and you think positive, and you always try to enhance people's self-worth. You know, if you can make people feel good and put a smile on their face, that's what it's all about. It's all about teamwork. If you take the emphasis off yourself and focus on others, you'll achieve what you're looking for. And I think a lot of people, the mistake they make is they focus on themselves and they forget about what network marketing is truly about. And it's about helping other people. If you can help other people, it's an amazing feeling, along with very financially rewarding.
So you don't necessarily want that. I know I've had this discussion with other people. Back in the old days, I get the impression it used to be that you'd sign up everybody you possibly could. You don't actually want to do that then, do you? You don't want everybody.
That's probably one of the biggest mistakes I made in the beginning. I wasted a lot of good people. Went out and signed up 12 in 2 days, 55 over about a 45-day period, but the problem was I couldn't focus and give them the attention. And if you don't give someone the attention within 30, 45 days, that spark, that energy, that excitement they had starts to fade, and you can't ever get it back, or it's very difficult. Very few come back from that. So if you sign up a few, focus on them, get them to make a check, get their product paid for, you're going to find that your results for long-term success are going to be a lot better.
Right, so you want to make them successful in order for you to
I always say build your foundation.
Right. But also, by the same token, there are certain people that you don't want to have, isn't there? I mean, people tend to think that, oh, I want to sign everybody that I know, but it's almost like you don't, if you interview people for a job, you're not going to hire everybody. I mean, do you find that you talk to people and then you'll come to the decision, I don't think I really want to sign that person?
Now I do. Before I didn't. I'll tell you a funny story.
Please.
I go and get ice cream once a week. Shouldn't do it, but I do. And there's a kid in there, he's about 16, loved the kid, great guy. I said, hey, you want to go to a meeting? So I bring him to a meeting, and the phone rings at about 9:45, and it's his mom saying, you better come home, tell that guy to bring you back home. Yeah, I was looking for any and everybody, and I wasted a lot of time.
Right. And
so,
you knew he was 16?
I knew he was 16.
But it didn't matter.
I was thinking I'd get to his mom and dad, and you know, it just never works out. You look for sharp people, and you never prejudge. I was prejudging. I was afraid to go to anybody. A lot of successful people that I was intimidated by, and I found that those are actually the people that you want to hit up. The ones that you prejudge the most and kind of are afraid of are the ones that get it, and they really succeed in this industry.
Now, I imagine that as you acquire success, the more success that you acquire, does it get that much easier then to get other people involved?
I think it helps, but this isn't an easy industry. By no means would I say it's easy ever, but it absolutely makes it easier to attract people, because if you follow a system and you focus on teamwork, everybody can be successful, and that attracts people. People are attracted to success and positive energy. Absolutely.
I think you really have answered the question, but let me ask it anyway. I believe it's an accepted fact that the majority of people in the past who've been involved in multi-level marketing have failed. And so what main reason is it, do you think, that you can attribute to your success? Can you give me one primary reason that you have not been one of that? I've heard the figure be as many as 97%. You know,
right. You can't say I'm going to give it 3 months and see what happens. That's a big problem. You can't have a line in the sand, and you've always got to be open-minded. I think a lot of people want to do it their way, and by the time they learn that it doesn't work, they're frustrated and they quit, and they're another casualty, and I hate casualties in this industry. So we want to help everybody. And so if you make a commitment to go for it, and you never say die attitude, you will make it. The only way you fail is if you quit. Absolutely.
You said you don't put a line in the sand. Is there any distance you put a line in the sand at all?
Well, you might pull the plug at some point, but that's not in my in my brainwaves at this point at all.
That's not it. Well, you pretty much said that the only way you can fail is if you quit.
Absolutely.
And be positive. And be around positive people.
As far as pulling the plug, if you've done your research and your due diligence, you pick the right company, you know that it might take 3 years, it might take 4 years, but if you stick with it, you'll make it. There's no, to become a millionaire isn't, it's not an easy task, and it doesn't happen overnight. But if you stick with a team, and with the right team, you're going to be successful.
Great pleasure to meet you, Frank.
Very nice to meet you.
Thanks for your time, and good luck with this new venture.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Good.